What you're going to get is you're going to get one of the headbands and you're going to get a screwdriver. The screws and clips you're going to use are the originals, so it's going to look much more like it did in the first place. Don't worry, this is a sample, so these markings here and here are just for the sample that I have, so you won't be having any markings like that. So this is what the original looks like right here. Alright, so this here is the final result for your headphones. You can see that the top of the leather is different to the original. It's a little bit tougher. You can see that the headband has more foam underneath, so it should be a bit more comfortable. The leather underneath is softer than the top, so also more comfortable. The original clips are used, so it doesn't look that much different. The only thing is on the back you will see the Velcro where it meets, because it's obviously a Velcro headband that's folding over, so there is that little gap you'll see at the back. But other than that, this is the final thing, and if for any reason you don't like it, it's probably best that you don't go forward and you look to do a return. So the first thing we need to do is get these clips off here. So you're going to get your screwdriver. Now it's very important that when you take these clips off, the screws are very small and there are no extras, so if you lose one of them, it's a problem. So what I've done is I've put like a tablecloth on top of this wooden table, because if you have a hard surface and these little tiny screws fall off the end of the screwdriver or somehow fall off, they're going to bounce around, they might go on the floor. So you want to put down some type of cloth so that if they do come out, they're just going to fall down on that cloth and they're not going to go anywhere. So once that's done, next step is we're just going to extend the two arms so we have as much space as possible. And we're going to hold our headphone in place like this. And then we're going to use a screwdriver and start unscrewing. Oops. There we go. You might manage to keep them both inside of here. That works. And you just take the back off.
If this video is helping you out, Monty, the AHG dog, wants you to smash that like button and share it with a friend, because this is how he gets more biscuits. Don't forget that 60% of the time, it's a great idea every time to subscribe and hit those bell notifications and stay in the loop with all of our news, reviews, and how-tos.
Okay, so you now need a pair of scissors or some type of small little knife that can cut through here, but I would suggest scissors because they're a little bit easier to control. This is the part where, there's no going back. Once you cut off the old headband, it isn't going back on. Make sure that you are prepared to actually follow through on the installation, and you might want to just watch through this video so that you see the whole installation process before you actually cut this part off. If you're happy to go ahead now, then I will show you exactly how to cut this off. What you want to do is extend the arms out, and you're going to look here on the corner. What we want to do is the cable goes along the middle here. You can see it's right there. There's the cable. Zoom in, there we go. Cable's in the middle, which means it goes across the top in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut along the side here and avoid that cable as much as possible. So let's get our scissors, and we're going to stick them in the side right here. And we're just going to cut down this. These are not that sharp at the tip. There we go. We're just going to cut down. Right along the seam right here. So you can see that's where I'm going. So There we go. All done. And it just peels off like so. Don't need that. Now you have these here. You don't need those. You can take those off as well. Or if you want, you can leave them on, but it might not work when you fold this over, so I'm taking them off. Previous models, we took them off as well, so just peel all that off. It's just got some two-sided tape on it. You can just use your fingernail. There you go. Just do that on both sides. All right, so I've cleaned off all of this tape and garbage off the top of the headband. And we're ready to go to install the new headband. So we're gonna get our new headband right here. And basically what we want to do is we want the headphones facing forward. So our right headphone is here and our left headphone is here. So it will go on your head like this. And then what we want is we want the soft Velcro, or loops I should say, and the harder hooks side. At the back, we want the soft at the front, and all we're going to do is just kind of line it up like that. You don't have to perfectly line it up right now, but just get it lined up like so. And what we want to do is fold over the hooks part first, so it's in place. It'll actually stay there. It's quite good. And now the key part here to getting the Velcro over and in place is to start in the middle. So what you want to do is make sure that this part of the headband is pushed all the way down and over this way. And then we're going to go straight to the middle and we're going to peel it over. And we want to line up the edge perfectly in the middle. Like so. You can see that that's lined up quite well. Once that is there, we can push that down. And the rest of it might not be lined up yet, but we can go like so, pull the Velcro apart, and then just use your finger to line it up with the edge perfectly like that as you go along. There we go. Now the same thing on this side. Lift it, peel it back a bit, lift it up, and put it down. There you go. Like that. So you should have the back of the headphones will have where the Velcro is is connecting. So when you look at it from the front, it looks like that. All right. On to the clips. So before we install the clips, the first thing we want to do is get the headband lined up properly. You want the headband lined up just about there, so you can see these metal cutouts like that right there. And you want the headband slightly above like that, and if you flip it over, you can see that the other side is the same. So when you have it like so, both sides should look the same. You want to watch out for this here. This piece of plastic is called a cable guard, and sometimes it will slide up and it gets in the way of these little cutouts. Those little cutouts are important because that's where the screws fit in. So if you try to put the clip on, you end up you're not able to actually get it to fit into place because of that cable guard's in the way. So look at the cable guard. If it does that and it's blocking this area, you just push it down and it goes down no problem. So I'm just going to get the back clip right here first, and I'm going to put the headphone in this position, and then we want it so that we're going to move this one down a little bit more. There we go. There. You can see here, oops, can't see there. But you can see right there that the screw holes are in those two metal slots, and it's actually sticking in place now. So Yep, that's perfect. So I'm just going to hold that. I'm going to put my headphones in position again. Now what I've done here is I have the screws whoops, already in the clip. So what I'm going to do is try and do that right in place. So now the headband is all lined up, and I'm going to hold that like so. You can see the screws. It's hard to see them, but they're in place right here. You can see. So now I'm just going to hold that in the middle. I can put my thumb up the back side here and hold that in place. Get the screwdriver, and I'm just going to tighten. I'm going to tighten 3/4 of the way, and then go to the other side, tighten 3/4 of the way. I'm doing that just to see if it's lined up. It looks like it's lined up good. So that means now what I'm going to do, and also looking here, you can see that it's, whoop, you can see here that the slot is lined up, the plastic is in place. So now it's time to fully tighten. So all right, so there we have it. Your headphones have a new headband, and you're using the same original clips. It fits into your case as it should, and everything should be good to go.